Nearly out of line. Hey. They're here.
ลองพอแล้วเปิดมาเลยเปิดมามูก่อว่ามูเอาจะไปไหนกัน
So many of us have really vivid memories of this crisis and also the success of the rescue operation, which seemed utterly unlikely to succeed.
I was gripped by what was happening on the other side of the world, the story of the Tham Luang cave rescue.
At the time I was in Thailand and I follow the news, very close because it's a miracle.
For everything I thought I knew about the rescue operation, I knew the tip of the iceberg.
Beyond the headlines, beyond the news stories, the first thing that I was interested in was understanding what it really took.
Hello?
Hello
How have they done that?
This incredibly pivotal scene where Rick and John first discover the kids. This is the very first scene that we had to shoot for this movie.
That first week was a good bonding experience because we were all thrown into those scenes when the divers first find these kids.
How many of you?
13
13. They're all alive. 13!
Yes
Brilliant!
Can we go out now
No, not today.
ยิงได้อะ
Been 10 days. 10 days. You are very strong. Very strong.
These kids were at 2.3 kilometers in there, and they were alive, which was really surprising to Rick and John.
What day you come and help us
We hope tomorrow.
tomorrow
Yeah, more divers. Thai divers.
Thai
Will come tomorrow with food, and doctors, and everything.
Don't tell me you don't know that. And they had a real dilemma because they realized they wouldn't be able to bring them out. That's what it looked like.
It's quite hard to get through into the place where the boys are, and it's very dangerous. But the inland divers, they're trying as hard as possible to help all of them out safely.
Fortunately, the real divers, John Blanton and Rick Stanton, were able to discuss their own personal experience directly with our actors. And I was very moved right there on our first day of shooting to see how honest, how truthful, and how well Viggo and Colin were already bringing to life this moment that I'd heard Rick and John talk about myself.
My conversations with Rick Stanton and John Blanton were enormously helpful to me because it's something that actually happened. And I really feel like the more I learn about it, the more astonishing it becomes.
One of the things that I always talk to Ron is this is going to be the point of view of the British diver. So I have the feeling that the camera not exists in this movie. We have to let the character lead the camera to what to see.
อันอย่างอ่ะ
You're very brave.
We help each other and our coach help us
Most of the reality is happened in the cave, which is dark. But when people get into the dark, they bring their own light source, like a flashlight, helmet, torch. So this is become sort of inspiration to make you feel you are inside what happened at that moment.
The darkness that Sayombhu is using, the low light levels, it looks so naturalistic. And he really is an artist. He's a humanist, and he knows how to connect the characters to the moments in a powerful way. This cave, which Molly Hughes built, is so real. All of the caves were designed after conferring with the actual divers so that our production design team could build the places that were really the most challenging. And so this section right before the divers reached Chamber 9 was always known to be one of the most treacherous.
When we built the sets, we had to start with Chamber 9. Starting on a set like that kind of helped us begin to answer questions about what reads best in the dark, how slippery can something be, how sloped can it be, how rocky can it be. Chamber 9 started answering these questions for us about you actually have to paint the rock really dark or it's going to look fake, and it needs to have lots of depth and shadow in it. to make sure it looks real.
The first time Ron take me inside the chamber 9, I was like, oh my God, they built like the whole thing. They built a cave.
The condition in the cave, the rocks and all the waters just make it feel more real. You start putting yourself into the character's mindset. This is what they're feeling and what they would have thought at that time.
Ron is really kind, you know. He understands the kids and he helped us with how to act. The scenes that the rescue divers found us, the difficult things is you have to be hungry, you have to be sleepy, you have no energy, but you have hope.
These boys had not acted in films before, and I knew there would be a lot of improvisation. So a lot of focus was put on creating a team spirit and a sense of trust, and the boys were incredible. They were authentic, they were honest. It was a very memorable first day of shooting, maybe my most memorable.
We should get back.
All right.
Ron brings an enormous amount of experience and an enormous amount of heart. He is fascinated in the human issues at the center of the story.
I mean, I've been so impressed by Ron's approach. It's a very complicated story. It's a lot of shots, and in difficult conditions, especially the underwater stuff. It was just a very complex operation.
This story is an important story for the Thai people. The Thai people that I'm working with, the actors, they've told me it's important for them because it was their children.
There were so many things that could have, should have gone wrong that it's hard not to view this as a miracle. And I hope people are inspired by it.
People can do a lot of things that seem a miracle, but actually the miracle is from our hand. We have to do it together.
Thank you.
Stay strong.
เอาละไปยัดไฟไว้ก่อน ครับ
Mm-hmm.